everyone. Today I'm going to discuss my reactions to the Dragon Age Trespasser DLC trailer. But before I get this started, I just have to say I am not caught up in the DLC. I haven't played Jaws of Hacking or The Descent. I own both of them, but just haven't got a chance to play them. And from public opinion, the last two DLCs so far don't seem to get the best critical reviews from people and critics. But saying that, I think this DLC is going to change everything. I saw this trailer, and my first reaction, the second it finished, well, two reactions. First of all, that trailer was fucking awesome. And my second reaction was, shit, I'm going to try to catch up before the DLC releases, which is next week, September 8th. That's the one BioWare. They've waited a couple of months. Didn't say anything about DLC. Just kept it all to themselves. Kept us waiting, wondering when the hell are they going to release the next bit of Dragon Age Inquisition content. Then, out of nowhere, a couple of weeks back, they announced The Descent. It comes out a week later. Then, a couple of weeks, I expected to wait another couple of months to get the next piece of DLC. Nah, BioWare said, screw that. PAX is coming up. That's our show. So what did they do? They decided to announce the final bit of content for Inquisition a couple of weeks later. And it is coming out again a week after it's announced. So yeah, I think that's like the right way to do DLC. You work on it, and when it's ready, you announce it. If they release a week or two later, you build up the suspense, but it's not too long, and there you go. But now I'm just talking logistics. Let's get to the meat of what this video is about. The trailer. What can I say? This trailer looks fucking amazing. The fact that it takes place 2 years later, after the end of Inquisition, has me intrigued. Because no, the other DLCs, you can play them after the story ends, but it's never defined. Like, they weren't really intricate. They weren't central to the story. But this is. I mean, this clearly is central. And I believe BioWare have stated that this is the final piece of content for Inquisition. In terms of single player, for all I know. And if it is, well, they're going to weigh a bang. First of all, the Qunari are using Illuvians. For people who are into the Dragon Age lore, who've read the books, who are deep into lore, this is an interesting turn. I mean, when you think about it, it does kind of make sense. Like, if the Qunari want to launch an attack on fucking Thedas, why not use the Illuvians? It's just something that no one ever expected. You have to wonder, how did Qunari find out about the Illuvians? How are they able to use them? How did they open them? So many questions. Hopefully they'll be answered in this DLC. But one of the main things that interest me is this DLC is probably going to be connected a lot to the Masked Empire. And as we all know, Briella is the one who can open the Illuvians. So that's got me thinking. Because if you think back in the Inquisition, when you are at the ball and you have to decide who's going to rule over Orlais, you have a choice, several choices of who you want to rule. But the thing is, in all those choices, Briella can never be killed. As far as I know, Briella can never be killed. She doesn't have to be ruling, she doesn't have to be picked, she can be like outcasted, but she can never be killed. It's kind of similar like to the Liara situation of Mass Effect. Throughout the entire trilogy, she can never be killed. Which makes perfect sense, because she plays such a central part through the entire Mass Effect trilogy. And okay, that's a much bigger example, but Briella is that's essentially what Briella is right now. Since she can't be killed in BioWare games, usually if a character cannot die or be killed, they're more likely going to have a bit of significance in the upcoming games, or in this case DLC. And that's why I'm 90% convinced Briella is going to show up in some form in this DLC. I hope she does. She's one of the coolest characters in the Dragon Age lore. Well, enough about that. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, this isn't the fact that the Inquisition are on trial just shows how political Thedas is. Like, when the Inquisition was started in the game, they got so much hate. It took them a while for people to get them favour. And now, 2 years later, Ferelden and Orlais are holding a tribunal for the Inquisition. Because they're afraid that it is a bigger power. But the thing with Thedas is that everyone is striving for power. And now the Inquisition, the significance of it is like, if we think about it, the Inquisition is very significant. Because it's pretty much its own nation. Thedas is already screwed up enough with all the nations trying to get power. Namely, there's Ferelden, Orlais, Navarra and Tefinter. They're like the four big nations. Obviously there's Anderfels, there's Ryrenia, and there's, what is the name? There's Parvolan, but that's not technically connected to Thedas. But you know what I'm saying. The point is, the Inquisition is nascent, and now people see it as a threat. And it's interesting because when they were saving the world, they had nothing but good things for the Inquisition. They wanted them to help. But when they got what they want, bang, it doesn't matter. And that's a theme through Dragon Age, this series in general. People will use each other to get what they want. And it rings true right here as well. And I'm very interested to see how this works out, especially because it seems whoever you like in the trailer, it looks like Vivian is in the center. I believe she's the Define in this trailer, and if that's true, it's going to be interesting to see what the Define does. Depending on you pick, it's either Cassandra, Vivian, Liliana, and I wonder, will they, like, first of all, are they going to help you or what? Like, what's the dynamic going to be? But I also wonder, is there going to be different outcomes or scenarios depending on who is the Define? Like, there's a lot of scenarios. First of all, which character is the Define? And if Liliana's the Define, is she a nice Define or is she hardened? See, I wonder there's going to be a bunch of outcomes. There's so many questions going into this DLC, it's unbelievable. And then, of course, we move on to this part. This is probably my favourite part in the trailer. Simply, I wanted to repeat the phrase, but I won't do it as well. But basically, there's this like small little speech the Inquisitor's making saying, "We saved Ferelden, and they're angry. We saved Orlais, and they're angry. I've closed the breach twice, and my own hand is trying to kill me. Will everything in this bloody world just stay fixed?" I heard that and I was like, done. Getting this DLC. It's over. Just give it to me now. Here's the money. Bang. By Jesus. See, I love BioWare games. They're my favourite games. But here's the thing. We need more emotion like that. It's very rare the characters get that upset or that angry. They're just like you have the option to get pissed off or it sound threatening. But to that extent where, like, well done to the voice actress for that speech in the trailer. But by Jesus, we need more of that. Because you already felt how angry and frustrated and pissed off she was in that moment. And it's that moment alone that makes you want to get this DLC. Because just that small speech and the way the tone is and the way she sounds gives me the impression that this is it. Like, this is where shit is going to go down. Which is pretty obvious when you know the Conarian fading, like, duh. But this speech also just hammers in that fact. And it makes me even more excited for the DLC. And then, speaking of the Qunari, first of all, I'm wondering, I don't think this is like the full Qunarian phase that we've been waiting for. I think this is the beginning. I think this is going to tie into Dragon Age 4. And because I'm fully positive, they're not. I can't see how they do a full Qunarian phase in one DLC. I have a feeling that this is going to be like the beginning, the build up to the proper war between Thedas and the Qunari. I am fully convinced that's what this is leading up to. And I'm interested to see how they're going to do it if that is indeed the case. And the thing I wonder, what is that glow around the Qunari? I mean, it's very weird. It looks like they're kind of, they either done experiments or they've learned to harness some form of power. I don't know. But I think that can all be answered by an old friend who we see at the end of the trailer, none other than the Dread Wolf himself, Fenriel Solis. I know his name's Solis, but I'm going to call him Solis because I don't give a fuck. He can go fuck himself. How could you, Solis? To be fair, Solis is still... When I played through the game with Solis, I liked him, but I wasn't that interested. The second I saw the ending and he was revealed to be the Dread Wolf, I was like, okay, gonna have to play this game again. Gotta bring Solis with me in every fucking area of this game. Let's do this. Solis. Thing is, it looks like you're going to finally meet up with him. And what does he say? I assume you have some questions. You're damn right I have questions. But the thing is, most people probably grow up and want to try to kill him. I genuinely want to know, what is his game? What's his goal? Why is he doing all this? I need to know. Hell, I'd probably work with him if it's for a good cause. I want to know what... Let's be fair, right? Since Dragon Age has begun, this is probably going to be the most interesting conversation we are going to have in Dragon Age up to date. I mean, you're essentially going to be talking to a god, right? That is... I know I say significant a lot in this video, but the fact you were talking to the Dread Wolf... Like, before this was revealed, we always heard about these elven gods, the Maker, Andraste, all that stuff. And there's been hints of, like, the fate, there is spirits, we know that. But the fact, though, that we know the Dread Wolf exists, and we're going to be going discussing face to face, it's like a really big moment. And this is probably going to be the turning point where Dragon Age steps from being the series we know to an even grander scale. I mean, the fact that we have to repel a Quinarian invasion, go through several Luvians, going to all these crazy different dynamic locations and worlds, have to defend Inquisition, I'm guessing, against Ferelden and Orlais, as well as confront Solus, a god. I mean, this DLC is fucking, it sounds phenomenal, and I cannot fucking wait for it. And I'm guessing there's going to be more surprises in there. And the fact that we're going to meet all our new party members 2 years later and see how their lives are, how our relationships are, depending on what we did. Like Iron Bull, what have you made him kill his companions and he joins Qunari? Is he helping the Qunari now? Is he helping us? What's going on? And before I end this video, one last thing I want to say is, I hope the God stands in this. He's probably not. Let's be honest, right? We can do all the theories we want, but more than likely Sten is not going to be in this. I hope he is, but I don't think he will be. Because if he is going to come back, I have a feeling it's going to be Dragon Age 4 if it's the Quinarian invasion. Because Sten's a big character. He was like one of the OGs. He was one of the original characters in the very first Dragon Age. It's like Morrigan. The significance is unbelievable. I hope Sten comes back, but just don't get your hopes up too much. And if he does, I'll be the happiest guy ever. I'd love it. Well, as you can guess, I'm pretty pumped up for this DLC. I cannot wait. Pretty obvious, as you can see, by the fact I've been like, near screaming this entire thing. I'm not a fanboy of Dragon Age, okay? Don't get that twisted. I am not a fanboy. I'm just excited. I like gaming. As do we all. And with that being said, that's all I wanted to say. So if you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.